5, go.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Manny Shawn Experience. This is episode 80.
Oh my goodness.
And it's going to be a prideful one.
Yes. Not the evil pride.
Stick around, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to the Manny and Shawn Experience podcast. Episode number 80. Congratulations to us for committing to something 80 times through.
Yeah, congratulations to us. We made it to 80. Thank you to all our listeners that have been there since day one.
When our audio was so bad.
When it was trash and there was no video and a lot of things were missing. But you're here and we're glad you're here. Thank you so much for coming back to join us. This is...
my name is Manny.
And my name is Shawn.
We hope everyone out there is doing well, or like we like to say, we're surviving.
Yes. How are you doing today?
Today, this very moment, June 14th at 4:33.
All right, sure. Tell them everything, but go ahead.
I finished my work for the day, okay? I'm doing pretty good. Doing good, you know? Work was a little not busy, and then today was kind of stupid, but yeah, it is what it is.
Yes.
How about you, sir?
I'm doing well. We've been planning something, and I've been focused on getting that thing planned, and now it is planned. So,
Are we calling it a thing?
Oh, I don't know. Can we say it? I guess we can. No one cares.
I mean, why wouldn't we?
We're going on a trip to Miami to see my brother and sister-in-law because they are coming. They're going on a cruise. So I didn't think I would be able to go see them because they leave during the week. But I have Wednesday off because we are off for Juneteenth.
He's off. I have to take it off.
Yeah, he has to take it off. So we're going to go down to Miami, and trying to find a hotel or an Airbnb has just been paralyzing. But
Super paralyzed.
we finally found one today. Super happy about it. So looking forward to getting away and working away, because this is something that we talked about, working in a different environment.
I know. It's just so expensive to do it.
I know. But anyway, looking forward to that. But it's been a good day and a good week overall.
Awesome.
Yay.
Well, shall we get into the bullshit?
Let's do it.
You're in the mix.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to the Mixtape. You're in the mix. This week... What's so funny?
I don't know. You're like, we're in the mix.
That's what it says on the... Anyway, don't pay him no mind, y'all. Since it is Pride Month.
Happy Pride. Oh, and you know what? We have to pause and say, I don't think we should say happy Juneteenth. Is it a happy? Do we say happy?
I mean, why isn't it happy? It was a joyous occasion.
Well, okay, yes. There was so much suffering that went to get to that point. Like, you're really, hey, happy Juneteenth.
But it is an exciting thing. It's not a sad thing.
It's an exciting thing. It's just,
we're confusing like Memorial Day and like Juneteenth.
You're probably right.
It's not on the same level.
Well, we say happy Juneteenth.
Yes.
Even though some lady didn't know what it was, but she doesn't like it.
You know, I might talk about her in my issue. I might.
Anyways, let's talk about what we're here for, because if you follow Twitter podcasters, we're doing this all wrong.
Girl, who's doing anything right? Honestly, I feel like,
hey, if you can be a convicted felon and run for president, I can run my podcast the way I want to.
That's fair. When you make laws to justify you standing behind someone that's been convicted of 34 felonies, You can also just make up whatever kind of bullshit rules you want. So why can't we do the podcast any kind of way you want?
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the topic at hand.
It's prideful.
It is Pride Month. We're going to get through this, I promise.
Oh, if you didn't catch our latest YouTube video, we went to National Pride celebration at Water Street.
Why do you keep saying National Pride?
I don't know.
I don't even think
cool.
National was in the title.
You don't think?
No.
Anyways, it was a Pride celebration at Water Street, Tampa. And we went and we got to dance the night away during silent disco. Go watch the video. It's under 12 minutes. That's shorter than the podcast.
Yeah, excuse the camera quality at the end. I'm not quite sure what happened there. But it's a good video.
Yeah. Go on with your topics, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I will acknowledge the gentleman from Florida.
We're never going to get through this. So it being Pride Month, there obviously have been a lot of stories discussing hate. There's been a lot of stories discussing why we need a Pride Month. It's a lot of discourse. Conservatives Donald Trump really put a battery in everybody's back over the last few years to pipe up and say the quiet part out loud. And so that's what people are doing this month. They are sick and tired of your agenda, and they're going to let you know about it. So we were sitting on the couch, and we were watching the news, and up pops this story out of Eagle, Idaho. That's very important.
For those of you that don't know, Idaho is like somewhere in the middle of the country, a little bit forgotten, but people live there.
So this newly opened bar/restaurant is promoting Heterosexual Awareness Month in response to Pride Month.
I didn't realize it was awareness.
Yeah.
I just thought it was hetero.
No.
Pride Month.
Nope. It's Heterosexual Awareness Month. So that you are aware of heterosexuals.
Oh, I didn't know they existed.
Okay. And that's why he did this.
Did not know.
Oh my God, there's so many things. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you a little iteration of the podcast that we thought about starting.
Wait a minute.
Pause. We're going to play some segments of this video, and we're basically going to talk about the points that we feel like talking about. Okay, let's start at the beginning. So this bar is barely open, right?
He doesn't even have a sign.
He doesn't even have a sign up.
His words.
But he posted on Facebook that they were going to do this Heterosexual Awareness Month thing. And the people came a-running.
The awareness is just tripping me out.
Just that part really does trip me out. Okay, so we're going to pause here.
I'm still trying to get a sign on the building.
But they do have a sign on the wall inside.
Heterosexual Awesomeness Month, yes.
It's this Eagle Bar and Grill's response to Pride Month.
So we messed up there. It is Heterosexual Awesomeness Month, which is even dumber than awareness for some reason.
I just want to go on the record in saying that I was just repeating what Shawn said.
I don't think people are going to be gagged by that part. Whether it was called awareness or awesomeness, either way.
Bitch, hetero awesomeness month.
Fuck off. Anyway,
Let's
back
go.
to the video.
Is it so special for, them to celebrate a whole entire month, but why can't we celebrate that here too? And we're here to support him 1,000%.
So, issues with this woman. Obviously, she had to think really hard before she spoke because in her head, I felt like she wanted to say something different than what she actually said.
I feel like she wanted to say the F word.
I don't know which word she was reaching for, but it probably wasn't a good one.
She at least has a filter.
I'll give you that. She has a filter. But this is the problem that comes up. The thing that comes up all the time. Why do they have to have a month? why do they have to be recognized? Why do we make them feel special for a month? What about us?
No, I mean, I agree with you on that because it's like, well, at least I've been alive for 40 years, at least until maybe 2 years ago. All you saw was hetero awesomeness on TV when you went out. That's all you saw.
Hetero normalcy.
Every commercial, probably maybe as far back as 2 years ago, maybe give or take, has just been the total representation of heterosexual norms. So what do you need an awesomeness month for when you're already validated as normal, for lack of a better word?
You're not wrong.
All right. What else does Karen have to say? I don't know if that's...
Could have gone anywhere, but we wanted to support this place.
Why?
I don't know. It just seemed like someone bucking the trend, and
Do you think it's necessary?
I mean, I don't know if it's necessary, but to me, it's kind of like, why not?
Okay. For you, sir, yeah, you could have eaten anywhere, and you said you showed up here because somebody was bucking the trend. I don't know what trend we're talking about. There is no trend.
But for him and
people like her,
thank you. Wow, it's like we jumped into the future. They do see it as that. They see it as they are not represented. They are not getting fulfillment.
What fulfillment?
Well, for lack of a better terming, it's just FOMO. It's just fear of missing out.
What are you missing out on?
I don't know. Maybe they feel like they need a fucking straight parade. I don't know.
I don't want to jump the gun here, but why do you need to be celebrated? You are celebrated all the time. When you go to a theater, when you go to a restaurant, when you go to a swimming pool, what do you see? You see hetero people, hetero couples. In the movies, the guy wants the girl wants the guy. It's a romantic comedy. There's a gay best friend because that's what we are. We're sidekicks.
Right, we're sidekicks.
We're lesser characters.
We're the ones that give you the
judge, right?
We're like, oh, girl, no.
Right.
That's what they
expect. That's what we are. That's what we see. So you are celebrated in media. You are celebrated in print. You are celebrated everywhere. So why do you feel the need to downplay people who are really never celebrated?
It's bucking the trend.
Okay, whatever. Moving on. We're going to get to the owner next.
This is where it gets real good.
So it's everything California isn't.
That we needed to ask of the owner,
So I'm a retired police officer.
who moved to Idaho 6 years ago. Where'd you come up with this idea?
June was approaching, and it was all the stuff coming, and with my beliefs, I love people, but as far as like being Christian, a biblical Christian, to celebrate it, I can't do that.
Pause. To celebrate it. Sir, nobody has sat there and said, you need to go to a pride parade and provide documentation that you were there for 1 hour. Nobody is asking you to celebrate a goddamn thing. Biblical Christian.
Here's the thing. He said it himself. I love people. But me being a Christian,
biblical,
whatever, same difference. You don't want to celebrate pride. And the one thing that I love about this reporter, and we're going to get to it, is that he does not sit here and simply let these people say the quiet part out loud without asking them the follow-up question that I was asking at when I asked it, when we unpaused it, he asked the same question. And I was like, you, sir, deserve all the awards. Whatever awards you can get for this interview, you deserve. Because he didn't sit here and let these people just spout out hateful things without checking them.
Right.
Let's get to that part, actually.
And it's just the last several years has been getting so extreme, like just to the extreme levels. So we created Heterosexual Awesomeness Month.
When you say it's gotten extreme, what do you mean by that?
The imagery that you see all month with parades and getting to the point of nakedness and things with people walking down the street. And I can't get behind that.
Have you seen that locally?
As far as...
It gets better. Not good, but it gets better.
So he says, I can't get behind this because of the extremes that it has gotten to with the nakedness and all the imagery this and the imagery. I don't know. Last year when I walked into Target and went to the Pride section, I didn't see not a single naked person.
And I didn't see a drag queen.
Not a one.
I didn't see anybody encouraging children to come over.
Didn't see it.
This is the thing. This philosophy that by companies, organizations participating in Pride, that you, as a hetero person that may not believe in the LGBTQ community, there's this misconception that you're required to participate in it.
No one asked you. No one handed you a ticket. No one handed you a flyer and said, please be here on June 1st at midnight. No one gave you a phone call. No one sent you a text. No drag queen came knocking door to door and say, hey, we're celebrating Pride. Won't you please sign up for the picnic? No one did any of this.
Nobody. And I can never understand that. Like, nobody's telling you need to celebrate Pride. Like, it's no different than other things in this world that we don't like. I don't like fish. Then I don't fucking eat fish. I'm not going to sit here and be like, ew, Shawn, don't get fish. Like, it's probably the simplest breakdown that I could do there, but nobody's forcing you, sir.
I want to use the analogy someone left in the YouTube comments, but I'm going to play this last part of this interview with this man.
I don't know. I haven't been down there to look.
Down where?
Where in Boise?
Just Boise in general.
Yeah.
You're talking about like the Pride Festival stuff. Is that what you're talking about? Okay, I got you. Like the Pride Month. Is that extreme to you?
The Pride Month in general?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think what you're getting at is, I'm always going to side with what God says. Okay, in His Word, it's going to be what's moral and not moral as far as moral righteousness, okay? And so if the Bible says that it's a sin to act out in homosexuality, then I'm going to agree with what the Bible says. That doesn't mean I don't love homosexuals. It doesn't mean I don't love people. I love people.
Pause. And I have to pause here because I want you to pinpoint the exact chapter, verse for me where Jesus, the Son of God, or God Himself, wrote in that book where it is wrong to be a homosexual. Now, if you are screaming at your phone, television, car stereo right now saying, it's in the Old Testament, in Leviticus, and blah, 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 then I'm going to need all of y'all to stop what you're doing. Go and grab that book that Donald Trump loves. I don't know if you bought the one that he was giving out or not.
It has Constitution.
But I really want you to read that whole chapter section passage. And I want you to see the other things that are listed alongside those things, such as not eating shellfish, not being with a woman when she's on her period, not wearing clothing that's made out of more than 2 materials, not coveting your neighbor's wife. I want you to read the rest of the things that go along with that passage and tell me if you do any of those things being biblical, a Christian, if you will. Y'all like to pick and choose. Y'all like to point to something and be like, well, it says this in the Bible. Okay. So you're telling me that you're living your life going by every single verse that's in that book, you're a liar.
It follows all of their marching stance when it comes to laws. Same thing. Pick and choose the laws that you want to apply to people when they're killed by mistake, or somebody actually commits felonies, but it was the jury. I'm sick and tired of hearing the Bible and I live biblically. Nobody's telling you not to live biblically. Biblically.
You got that.
Got it. Nobody's telling you not to. Nobody's forcing you to celebrate Pride. I like to say it's no different than Thanksgiving, Christmas. People don't celebrate Thanksgiving. People don't celebrate Christmas for whatever religious or non-religious reasons. But you don't see them going into a Target store and fucking raising hell because there's goddamn Christmas trees and Pine Sol everywhere all over the fucking place.
No, you know what they do? They simply ignore it.
Exactly. And that's all you need to
And
fucking
that's all
do.
you have to do. You can do the same thing, bro.
If you want to have Hetero Awesomeness Month to, pad your pockets because
that's what it's doing.
We're going to get there.
I mean, American capitalism.
Capitalism.
Go ahead.
That's fine. Do it. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't affect me. And I know sure as hell not to go into your business. But the fact that you continue to, one, boom, throw the Bible in it, but you not living by the fullness of the Bible, and two, saying that somebody's forcing you to do something,
which no one is
ridiculous.
So the comment that got me is somebody was like, when I go to a grocery store during Super Bowl time, it is decked out with Super Bowl displays, there's beer commercials, there's commercials for the Super Bowl. You go in the store, there's displays set up for it. And the person was like, I don't have to watch the Super Bowl. It's everywhere, but I just fucking ignore it. It's just, Pride is the same thing. Just because you see a rainbow, just because you see something in a store, if it ain't for you, keep it the fuck moving. No one asked you to participate.
Because listen, whether you stand with the LGBTQ plus community or not, nobody's going to change your mind.
No.
Nobody's
and
going to
that's
change your mind.
fine.
And that's fine. Mind your business. The month will be over, and then you can have fucking 4th of July.
Sexuals, it doesn't mean I don't love people. I love people. But just because you love somebody doesn't mean that you're going to jump behind them and support them in every single decision that they make in life.
Pause. Just pause. This is another one that really grinds my fucking gears. It's always, well, I have gay friends, or I like gay people. I don't hate them. You cannot fully embrace somebody and say you're living a pure biblical life of heart and kindness by still producing hate. Because even though these people aren't going to see Heterosexual Awesomeness Month as a dig at the gay community, it truly is. It truly is a dig. And they're not going to see that. They don't understand that. But to think that you say you have friends and I'm okay with them, no. And I would advise anybody who has friends that are that fucking shitty to not have those friends. I could not. I have tried to engage with people who differ with me. I just can't, because you're not authentically being my friend.
No, I get that. Like, once again, using the Bible to say I love people, it's just, to me, a cop-out. Because I know in the Bible it's love the person, hate the sin, whatever the case may be. But I don't need your fake. I don't need your fakeness.
Period.
I don't need it.
I don't need your fakeness.
I don't want it. Your acceptance was never something that I was vying for anyway. You take me as I am. Right. Like, if you don't like gays because you feel like it goes against your beliefs, that's fine. You are a business owner. You're up here taking people's money and making money off of them, off of hate, to be honest with you.
Pretty much.
So when you say you love people,
you're fueling hate.
Right. That's all it is. And I'm going to just call a spade a spade. That's what it is.
And let me tell you, the moment I totally dropped respect for anybody who said, I have gay friends, but, or
I have a black friend.
I support gay friends. I support gay people, but, like,
I don't need your butt.
Like, not to get off record here, but I had a friend once, a very good friend, middle school, high school, little post high school. I finally decided to come out to said person. Said person gave me the normal song and dance of sin, blah, 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 going to hell, blah, blah, blah. She said, I'm going to sit here and pray for you. And I said, I don't need your prayer. I just need you to still like the person that I am. Doesn't change because I'm gay. And she said, well, I can't do that.
Okay.
We need to pray. And I said, well, I guess this is the end of our friendship. I haven't talked to her since.
I mean, it be that way. Like, I can't sit up under someone who is only... I feel like you're not even tolerating me at that point, because I know in your head, you're thinking that you are a disgusting, sinful person, and I can't be around that. Cool. Can't be around you either, because I don't need
that negativity, and I don't need a fake friend that's always going to be like, I need to pray for you.
Right.
Pray for your family. I don't need prayer. And then when I do need it, I'll seek it from somewhere else.
All right. We're going to go back to it.
All right. Back to it.
And support them in every single decision that they make in life. It's not a requirement.
So are you saying that LGBTQ plus people, they are living in sin?
If they are acting out on those decisions, in other words, we're born a certain way with certain tendencies, and that's similar with sexuality. And ultimately, I'm going to side with what God says, okay? And I didn't make the rules, God made the rules. So don't point me. I'm just going off what the Bible says. And it is sinful, to act out on that.
You could just do nothing. Why do this?
I think people, obviously, with the reaction that's happening around the country and the world, people I think they're feeling the way that I was feeling, just kind of fed up with the extremeness of it and how it's the expectation that you're supposed to jump behind and support something, and people are just rejecting it. They're standing up and saying, enough is enough. We don't want all this.
But this isn't a hate thing?
Absolutely not. No hate at all.
Okay. When you say people are standing up to this thing and rejecting it, rejection is the opposite of acceptance. So don't hop up here telling me that you love people and then say you reject, whether it's the Pride movement, LGBTQ plus community, whatever. All that tells me is that you're just using another word for hate. If you don't accept people for who they are, where they are in life, then that is not love. That is, y'all preach so much about Jesus, and I swear to God, y'all don't know nothing about the man. Nothing about him at all.
I can assure you they haven't read the Bible.
If Jesus was here, he'd probably be the first one at the gay pride parade. And you can go play this part for your pastor if you want to, if you feel some type of way about it. But this man hung out with those in society that were frowned upon, those who were the less fortunate, those who were prostitutes. Like, these are the people that Jesus hung out with. Not with y'all, holier than thou people who thought you were above everybody else, but you talking about you love everybody. But then you'll turn your nose up at a homeless person on the side of the street.
Oh, you'll force legislation to get them off the street.
That part.
When they have nowhere to go.
Or, ban gender affirming care for women and trans people. Like, don't sit up here with this, I love people. You clearly are just using the Bible as a cloak, as man has done for centuries at this point.
We have said it here thousands of times. Religion has always been in some place, the root of violence and the root of war.
There used to be a time where I was afraid of death in a way where it was like, because I am being my authentic and true self, that means since I was a child, I have been taught that you are going to hell. So death was always like, well, you know, I either pretend to be somebody I'm not, which I'm not cool with doing that, or I live the way that I feel I should live, not hurting anyone, and love who I feel like I should love. Again, not hurting anyone, and minding my business. So if the day comes where I meet my maker and he tells me, I am sending you to this place because you were this way, and you made me this way. So if this is the price that I have to pay for being my true authentic self, then that is the price that I will pay for it. But while I'm here on this earth, I will not let anyone, and I mean that anyone, family, friends, pastors, nobody will disrespect me. Nobody will disrespect the community that I am from. Nobody will disrespect him. None of it. Period. Shut shit down. Don't do it to me. I'm in a place in my life where I love myself more than I ever thought I could. I've gotten through so many things. And what I won't do is let any conservative, any bigot, any homophobe disrespect anybody in my presence. That won't happen. For anybody out there who feels that way, y'all can feel how you want to feel. You can simply ignore it. You don't have to participate. You don't have to like the fucking flag. That doesn't mean you go out and do donuts on it. That was the story we saw today. Leave people the fuck alone, and we will leave you the fuck alone. That's it. Sorry, I got off topic.
Yeah. I do take issue with him saying people are rejecting the notion of it. And also the part where he's like, they're making decisions, and I'm paraphrasing. Like, we woke up one morning and said, my golly, I feel like being gay today. I think it's going to be a great day to be gay for the rest of my life. And that's just not the truth, y'all. I really wish I can give you my brain to test write it to see that I didn't make this shit up. And that's, again, another talking point that they always push, that, oh, well, you made the decision. No. Every member of the LGBTQ plus community didn't make a decision. They were born away. They had to realize that they were different from the social norms that are consistently pushed upon them to be able to find who they truly are on this earth.
And to think that someone would choose a life of being persecuted and hated, and just, why would you choose that for yourself? Why would you choose a life where you know that road is going to be so difficult, even with the progress that has been made up to this point? Like, why would you choose that? Who in their right mind would choose that?
I don't know. And the fact that some of them always bring it back, and I think he kind of alluded to it, is, oh, there's sexual preference. And I'm like, that is part of being gay.
That's the one they love to throw at you.
But it's like, yes, members of the LGBTQ plus community are shown at a higher level of sexual activity. There's no doubt.
That has nothing to do with it.
I know, but don't make me lose my point here. And I think I lost my point. God damn it, Shawn.
I was just saying, like, that shit frustrated me because it has nothing to do with it.
No, I know it has nothing to do with it, but that is the image they take on, where it's beyond who we sleep with. It's so much beyond that. But that's all.
Okay.
I think that's what I wanted to get across.
It's a love thing. It's not hate. It's just, please don't make us like be forced to participate into something that we don't want to do, I guess.
But I guess you're not, though. Are you forced to participate?
Well, I mean, that's the thing is like when you look at, and I keep saying the word extreme, but it's just everywhere. It's pervasive, and
Okay, so the reporter asked the question. I did watch this. I just don't remember the video. He asked the question. Well, are you being forced to participate?
And you're not.
And he gives you all the excuses that it's persuasive. Persuasive?
He gives the excuse that it's everywhere.
It's everywhere because it's Pride Month. Christmas starts in August because apparently the Christmas season runs from August to December. It's in stores because the season is coming.
So what I hear you telling me is that I can have a Pride Month as long as I'm quiet about it.
Take your ass and your pride and go into a warehouse and you decorate that shit, you party in there and you clean it up. But don't you all come out wearing any rainbow colors or nothing. Come out in all black. That's what you're telling me.
That's what he's saying. Yes.
It's not hate, though. It's not hate.
It's not hate.
It's coming from a place of love. He just feels that it's inflicting into his life. Again, nobody's forcing you to participate. Again, the commercials, for fuck's sake, the commercials you see during Valentine's Day. It's all heteros kissing and hugging and, oh, I got it at every kiss begins with K.
But they don't have an issue with that.
They don't have an issue with that. I get that. But that is celebrating heterosexual every goddamn day.
And that's the point. That's what I'm saying. They don't have a problem with that. But that shit is put in our face all the time. So once again...
And just because Target throws a fucking Pride commercial that maybe includes a member of the LGBTQ... I cannot say it today. LGBT...
The alphabet mafia. Go ahead.
Just because Target throws in a couple... A gay couple or a lesbian couple or a trans couple, it's not forcing you to participate. It's a goddamn commercial.
And also that doesn't mean that it's woke. Because once again, woke is just a word that has now been destroyed of all meaning whatsoever. It's just a conservative buzzword at this point where half of them can't even explain to you what woke is.
It's about inclusivity. And you can cut this part out if you think it sounds wrong. Let's take ourselves back to when there was segregation.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was white.
Mm-hmm.
Blacks were separate from white.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Once segregation ended, slow integration of people of color have come onto commercial, advertisement, print. Not saying that it's easy for people of color. Still in 2024.
Still.
But that is what's happening now. That is the next evolution of acceptance, is the LGBTQ plus community. Acceptance into social norms.
Into social norms.
Not saying that you need to accept it. It's just accepting into social norms, which is all we want. Equality.
My thing is, in this era, I feel like the division in this country has become so polarized that anytime anything like that happens where it should be okay, it should be normalized. It should, because what we're doing is showing representation, right? Because
go ahead, sorry.
Not every family out here looks the way it did in 1960. Right. This is not Leave It to Beaver times. This is not I Love Lucy times, even though that was progressive for its time.
Well, it was.
That is not what we look like today. Right. So as time and things change and more things become normalized, then that should also be shown in our media and other things so that people feel like they belong.
Right. You just get to a point where it becomes the norm.
But now
because it should be.
But now when you do that as well.
Right. And this all stems from 2016, the disaster of 2016's political election. I will go to my grave saying that.
And so
if that did not happen, I don't think we would be at the extreme point of this divisionness with Pride at this point.
No.
And I think people are tired of saying, like, 5 out of the 6 stores I went in today, it was just like all over the place. And I turn on the TV and it's all over the place and everything else. So
instead, those people can come in here.
And there's people commenting online.
Now, my issue with this is I feel like I have seen maybe all of 2 Pride commercials this whole fucking month.
I mean, this year,
it has been toned all the way down.
Take it back 2 years ago then. When I don't think it was as extreme as it is right now in terms of bashing things. I don't see it. I don't see where he says it's all over the place.
There are businesses and companies that will put on a flag or change their logo to a rainbow color, and the gays hate that because it's like it's just a cash grab, a money grab. They're pandering to the community. And even if that's so, I know there are some companies that do pride themselves on diversity and inclusion and really mean that. Regardless if they're doing it for a cash grab or not, it still represents representation. It still shows that there are people out here and they need to be recognized for this month because the rest of the fucking year, we treat them like trash or second-class citizens.
Yes. I don't agree with him that it's everywhere. Like,
that's a lie.
Even before last year's disaster I think last year is when the tipping point really
for sure
happened.
For sure.
I even at that point, it wasn't that extreme. There was a little section. It was smaller than a New York studio apartment of clothing options for the LGBTQ plus community. And you know what the fuck you can do when you go in the store? Keep walking by it.
Girl, we said it like 3 times.
Like, I go into Target. The first thing I see is the women's section. Should I get mad that the men's section is all the way in the back of the fucking store? I'm harassed by women's dresses. No, it doesn't make any sense, right? You're probably sitting there like, Manny, you sound like a fucking idiot. Well, that's the same thing with this idea that it's always in your face. Like, you don't have to participate. You don't have to walk like the TikToks we saw last year of people walking into the LGBTQ plus clothing section. And it's like, look, it's a trans bathing suit. Okay, why the fuck did you walk in there if you're not in the market for a trans bathing suit?
Right. Okay, I know we've said it a million times on here, but just keep it pushing. Go to Target and get the shit that you came here for and then clock the fuck out. That's all you got to do.
Get your wine, because that's why you really there. Get your wine and move on. Or get your little Starbucks, avoid the LGBTQ plus section, and keep walking around the fucking store.
And regardless of whether there's a rainbow at the cash register stand, a rainbow when you walk in the door, a rainbow when you pick up a bag of chips, I don't see how it affects you.
I have never seen something affect somebody so much than the colors of the rainbow. Which, is it not a joyful thing from the heavens?
I'm not going to get into that discussion. That's a whole nother discussion. I'm not going to get into it. So that was pretty much the end of the interview. We had a good time on that couch just going back and forth and pausing this video when we first watched it. And we were like, this would be something good to bring to the pod. But y'all let us know. Like, I'm going to link the full interview in the show notes so you can go watch it for yourself in its entirety. But do you think we're wrong? Do you think he's right? Do you agree with us? Like, I want to know how y'all feel about it.
And if you're going to agree with him,
give me reasons.
I want to hear more than Bible.
Yeah, don't do that.
I live biblically.
Don't do that.
And I'm being forced because none of that is happening.
And if you're being forced, tell me how you're being forced.
The only people on this earth living true biblical lives are the people that are nuns, monks, people that give their soul to their religion.
And even some of them don't live all of it.
That is true. That is 100% true. So we hope you've enjoyed this conversation point. We kind of embodied Pride Month this month in our episodes. I think our last one had some pride content as well. It is our ongoing battle and struggle, and I don't see it getting. I heard an interview with what's his name? He was in Pose.
Billy Porter.
Billy Porter talking about we've made so much great advances over the years, and it is true. From when he was a youngster, we have come far.
So far.
But right now, we also have to be real that progress is inches away from just not being existent anymore.
And it's going to sound weird. I'm going to say that's okay if it does happen, because we're not going anywhere. Gay people aren't going anywhere. Black people aren't going anywhere. Minorities are not going anywhere. If anything, minorities will become the majority of this country sooner than you think. Which is another reason why I feel like they are doing a lot to prevent abortions and things of that nature. That's a whole nother topic for another day. But progress will always make its way, whether it's in our lifetime or not. We as people who are born, quote unquote, differently aren't going anywhere. As long as y'all continue to have babies, there will continue to be members of the LGBTQ.
Yeah.
Period.
I just wish people would put religion to the side for a minute.
That's not happening.
And listen to the stories of people in the LGBTQ plus community, their struggles. Because everybody just conceptualizes pride as us being pedophiles, groomers. Like, I just can't with that. If you wanted to do anything at Pride, sit down and listen to somebody's story to where they have gotten to. Put away the sex shit. Like, gay people might be freaky. I know you straight people is freaky. Trust and believe. YouTube. Y'all out here fucking just as much as gay people.
All right. And
Just
on
had to say
that note, are we doing a what's your issue or not?
Sure, we could do a quick one. Sure, why not? Go ahead. Jump into what's your issue.
Let's go.
Hey everybody, welcome back to What's Our Issue, even though our mixtape sounded like a ginormous issue.
It was.
But it was our main topic, so it was in the mixtape. What do you have? What can we do quickly here? I have like 1,000 things in my head that I just don't even know what to pick.
Okay, so it's Juneteenth. He recently showed me a TikTok where this girl was going around asking different people what was more important, Juneteenth or 4th of July. I want to focus on one particular person, this white lady who thoroughly pissed me off. First of all, she didn't know what Juneteenth was.
Wait. I can play her.
Okay, that's fine. We can insert a video of her because
I want to refresh your memory.
What's happening to the white people? They have a Black Miss America. They have a Black college. They have a Black month. What do we have? And now they have Juneteenth. I'm not...
Okay, I really want to talk about that part. First of all, she said, "What about the white people?" And I laughed because... What do you mean, what about the white people?
It's comical because it leads back to the heterosexual one.
It does.
Like, I know that touches more people. Like, is black and brown people are also on that same boat about hetero months. I have seen it.
Oh, I know that. But I'm well aware.
She truly speaks what most people want to say.
She said they have a Black Miss America.
They have a Black college.
We have a Black college.
There's multiple.
But we got one. Whatever, girl. They have a month.
A whole fucking month. And now you get Juneteenth.
Now you have Juneteenth. What do the white people get? Every fucking day of your life. That is what you get. Every fucking day is yours. Whether it's in February, whether it's in June, whether it is in November or December, girl, you have it all. Why? Because you, madam, You, madam, in this country.
I'm not saying anything bad about Juneteenth.
I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
You, madam, in this country can walk into a store and not be followed. You, madam, can get the benefit of the doubt when you call the police on a minority. You have so much history in this country that is built on the backs of other people. And yet you say, why do we need Juneteenth? And you not even knowing what Juneteenth was or is, it's just another level of ignorant.
Hold on.
I understand there was slavery, don't get me wrong. But there was also a Holocaust, and that was more recent than slavery. But you don't hear the Jews saying, gimme, 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 gimme. What's the point of Juneteenth? What is it? I don't know.
So, I mean, she said it herself. What is the point of Juneteenth?
She doesn't even.
She doesn't even know.
Why are you
she's
arguing
about?
Why are you arguing something that you have no idea about? This is what bothers me about all of y'all. And when I say all of y'all, I mean people like her. And I don't mean just white people, I mean black people as well.
My Latinos too.
I don't understand how you can be so loud and wrong. Like, if you're going to be loud, at least have facts or did some sort of research to back up why you are so loud. You, madam, have piped up to say, I don't know why y'all need a Juneteenth when you have a Black Miss America, a Black college, and a Black month.
What the hell does a Black Miss America have to do?
Nothing.
Juneteenth.
But she was pissed off that there was a Black Miss America.
It's a panel of judges. It's kind of like a jury convicting a former president.
You can't fix stupid. You can't fix stupid. You can say it as many times as you want, but you can't fix it. The same reason y'all follow that fucking orange Oompa Loompa and believe everything that comes out of his mouth is because you do no research. You know nothing about the things that he's telling you other than it sounds good to you. That's it. That's the reason why you are so loud and wrong is simply because you refuse to educate yourself. And that can be said for so many people in this country. Y'all vote for these people who are not in your best interest in the least bit. But because they promise to keep another group of people down, you will pipe up for them, not knowing that you're actually hurting yourself. Why? Because you refuse to educate yourself. And I don't blame the internet. I don't blame TikTok. I don't blame Twitter. I don't blame any of this shit because TikTok is a very educational platform. So is the internet. You can Google anything you want. It's right in the palm of your hand. You can simply type in what is Juneteenth and why are Black people celebrating it. You could have did that before the interview, actually, but you chose not to. So, yeah, my issue is with uneducated, dumb people who are loud and wrong. Just like her. And I hope you figure out what Juneteenth is and you probably won't celebrate it, and that's cool too. And I'm sure you're going to vote for 45, and that'll be fine too. And when he takes away your Social Security or your Medicaid or whatever it is that you live off of, I hope you are loud and wrong in somebody's retirement home or
all right.
bridge.
And to my issue, because we're going to run out of time, with Shawn rambling over here on the right.
Rambling? She shouldn't say what she said.
Okay.
Go ahead. What's your issue?
I was just making sure I had time because, my God, you have dominated this podcast today. My issue is with a brand new museum that is opening here in Tampa. It is a African American history museum. My issue is not with the museum opening. My issue is with the comments of the people that commented on said announcement. And one of them was, why don't we have an American history museum? And, I did exactly what Shawn told me to do. Grab your Googles and do some research. So I grabbed my Googles and I learned that the Tampa Historic Center, which is literally somewhere we're always at, is literally Florida's American History Museum. So, ma'am, we do have the museum. It is located downtown. I know it's a little prideful down there right now. You may want to go in July when it's a little bit more red, white, and blue for you. And why would the state of Florida have the entire United States History Museum? Our capital is in Washington, D.C. It makes sense that we have the Florida American History Museum. Now it's time for you to learn about the accomplishments and struggles that the Black people faced in Florida. But what about the white people? They got a Black Miss America. That one threw me. They got a Black Miss America. Everybody has a Black, well, not everybody has a Black Miss America, but every state has a Miss America, right? Because don't they all compete against each other? And I've seen all kinds of colors.
That's how it works, girl. But you know, once again, everyone wants to be loud and wrong.
Anyways, this has been a one of those episodes where it got a little steamy in here. But we hope you enjoyed it. It was a good conversation. Sean's still pressed over this
I'm not
white
pressed. Lady. I'm not pressed over that lady. Not in the least bit.
Again, we went to Pride a week or so ago to a silent disco, blah, blah, blah. Go check out the video for all our members of the LGBTQ plus community. Get out there. I know there there's terror threats for LGBTQ functions, but go out there, be aware, but celebrate who you are. And just to piss off the man in Idaho, wear a G-string down the parade route, because that'll really piss him the hell off. You know,
he ain't gonna see it.
It don't matter. Oh,
he don't go down.
He don't
there.
go down to Boise.
He don't
or
go
Des
down
Moines,
there.
wherever the fuck it is. He don't go down there because he doesn't want to see the images. But you know,
But I thought you were forced to participate, so why wouldn't you be in Boise?
true.
Anyway,
But you know, when you sit at a pool and you see titties hanging out, I guess I have to be okay with that, huh?
you can go see all of our things.
What about the kids seeing the titties? Everybody got so mad at Janet when her titty showed on national TV for 0.26 seconds. But when you're showing a titty out at the beach or the pool and they hanging out wobbling everywhere, it's okay for the kids to see those titties.
You can go and check out all of our things using MASXP23. And if you would like to write in, you can do so by going to our Gmail. It is mannyandsean@gmail.com. You know how to
titties
spell
a lot.
it. You did. Also, there's a link in the Instagram where you can submit questions anonymously.
Please submit your questions. We want to do a stories and question episode. So keep sending them in. I know if you sent it, you're like, these two fuckers aren't going to ever put them on the podcast. We are. we have to be strategic of how we do our episodes. This one was a little spicy. We may do a fun one. I really want to convince two of our friends to do a gay hot topics relationship to close out Pride, but we'll see if that happens.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us. Once again, happy Pride. Celebrate how
Feliz Pride.
you want to celebrate, and don't let nobody tell you who you can love or who you can be.
You can't see the color.
No, you can't.
You
know you fucked
I
up the
just
camera.
fucked up the whole camera. Never mind. As we like to say here on the Manny and Shawn Experience podcast,
Do something good for yourself.
and then do something good for somebody else. Thanks for joining us on our milestone episode 80.
Thank y'all. Remember, do your Googles. Don't be loud and wrong.
Do your Googles and don't really refer to Wikipedia. Look at the links that Wikipedia is linking to. That's where the real info is. Bye-bye for now. Happy Pride, everybody.
Money.